Hey guys, good evening. Good to connect with you all on one more session of our AMA. It is our weekly AMA session where I get to connect with you all, get some amazing insights, and definitely we also get some opportunity to discuss about the market, what's happening, what do we think that we might expect in the coming weeks, and how we should be reacting. So let's discuss about all that in this AMA as well. And I will always be happy to get some feedbacks from you guys. Chidambaram, hi Chidambaram, good evening. Good to see you here. Let us wait for a few more people to join in. Till the time, let's just discuss about other things, what's happening in the market. I know, guys, it's a extremely sideways movement markets. It's been swinging between 100,000 to $108,000 for quite some time now. Um, a lot of people, I know you will find this market a bit boring, even considering you guys are not able to see a lot of price actions that you want to see. Hi Karthik. Karthik is so sorry. It's Venkatesh from Coimbatore. Good evening, Venkatesh. Good to see you here. Um, we're just getting more people joining in, guys. We'll let everyone join in, and then let's kickstart our discussion here. Um, in the meanwhile, okay, don't worry about the sudden issue with the lighting here, guys. There seems to be some issue with the lights here. I think it'll be back, but um, before that, Shiv 5005. I don't know. That's how I should read your name, but Shiv, um, the markets seem to be just at a still, right? From the price perspective, again, if we look at the week, though the week it's been a good week, right? Where BTC has gone up by close to 6%. Ethereum hodlers again. I know the last week you guys were a bit worried that a lot of sell-offs were happening. I think that has stabilized, and Ethereum is up by again another 9-10% if I'm not wrong. So again, things are not just for Bitcoin, even for Ethereum, the prices are moving within a range, right? If you see a chart, at least in the last 2 months, it looks a bit stable for the top tokens. Now, yes, last week a lot of tokens have gotten back to their the week to previous week levels. XRP was up again 8%. Solana has done well to stick to 12% of growth. And yes, the other tokens. So it looks like more or less a pretty green week, but we had, but our discussion is much more on, I know a lot of people, things are running on, when is the alt season, right? So let's discuss that first, guys. First thing for the alt season to happen is Bitcoin has to, create some movements, right? It has to push things up, suddenly create a lot of interest, and that should begin the altcoin rally, right? Now, the Bitcoin dominance is still at 60, 64, 65 percentage. It has actually moved up, right? The dominance has moved up. It is not something that we want to see when we want the altcoin rally to be happening, right? So it looks like Bitcoin is range bound now. Now, when something is range bound for quite some time, we will be expecting, or it is ideal to expect within this week and next week, that there will be a price movement, either sides, right, up or down, that can happen, and it'll be a big price movement. That is the expectation. Now, considering the fact that we all know there is a lot of adoption that is happening for crypto, for Bitcoin, especially from both institutions and retail. Now there is also opinion that a lot of people who are holding Bitcoin in the last 3 years, they are also selling off. So this sell off and this new adoption is kind of tallying each other. So that is why you're seeing a range bound market. Now, one one way of analyzing things has also been now people who entered at the high of the last bull run, they definitely underwent a tough 3 year period post that, right? Three and a half year period post that. So they are the ones who are trying to get out of the market is one analysis. But now the good thing is, though they're going out, there's a lot of new adoption that is happening that is pulling people in. Hi, Master. Good to see you again here, man. Now, why we say again institutional adoption is happening at a good pace. Now, if you guys also see the ETF inflows, the last 30-day inflows is around for all ETFs is around 600, $578 million, guys. Now, in that 578 mil, now out of the 578 mil, just Bitcoin has around somewhere around 500 millions of inflow, and Ethereum has got its own $700 million worth of inflow. So, which is a good indicator considering the fact that a lot of these ETFs are investors from the institutional side and the traditional space, right? So that is a good indicator that okay, a lot of new adoption is happening. But with this lot of new adoption, we are not seeing the huge price movement that should happen with Bitcoin. Ideally, that is why we've been saying that okay, now a lot of the analysis on people who have been holding tokens in the past 3 years, they are the one who look like they're selling their tokens at this point. So I'm expecting this this pressure of being range bound will not be the new standard. It will be broken within this week or next week. I'm hoping it will be broken for positive effects, but because considering all the news that is happening to crypto has been only in the positive zone, be it institutional adoption, be it on the Genius Act, that was passed in US. So a lot of things that is happening. Even institutions like MicroStrategy or MetaPlanet, which added another 1,000 BTC now. They are one of the top five, holders of Bitcoin in this space. I think they currently hold. They could be holding somewhere around 12,000 or 13,000 odd Bitcoin at this point in time, if I'm not wrong. So there is a lot of new acquisition that is happening, which is good for the space. So a lot of positive news or good news is what is there for Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies in general, what we are noticing. So ideally, we are expecting this will lead to positive effects, right, for crypto on the price movement perspective because it's been range bound. So there has to be a movement. So when there is a movement, it can be either ways, right? When it is range bound, usually this is the calm that we are noticing before anything can happen, right? And markets won't stay calm for a long period of time. So the expectation is there will be a positive movement, considering the fact that there are no negative scenarios that we are noticing. Now, added with that, definitely there is a lot of interest that has come in launching ETFs for a lot of altcoins. Now, definitely Ethereum ETF has performed reasonably well, and a lot of people are expecting or expected to be invested in Ethereum. Now, what about other tokens when the ETFs will come in? Will they have similar encouragement like what Bitcoin had received? That is something we'll have to wait and watch, guys. So now at this point in time, definitely it looks like tokens like XRP, DOGE, they all might have on Solana. They are they are, or they could be these ETFs that people will be looking at, directly investing. Now, one thing you have to also understand that a lot of these investors in ETF are from the traditional space, right? Because for others, you can directly go by the Bitcoin, right? Now, either these are institutions or these are traditional retail investors who are wanting to have an exposure in these ETFs. Now, for these investors, now they have started thinking or looking uh, beyond Bitcoin. That is why we are seeing Ethereum's ETF portfolio considerably increasing, right? So with that, will we also see these players getting into or going down investing in other alt tokens? So that is something that we'll have to wait and watch, guys, because for this space, this is altcoins is a very very new scenario, right? And for them, it is much more higher risk than the risk that they've taken currently with Bitcoin. So how well it will go down, and if it starts trickling down to other ETFs, we'll definitely be seeing a very good catalyst to bull market or the altcoin market uh, uh, that is going to happen. Um, so that is the thing, guys. So a lot of expectations on ETF. Okay, Master Aptos ETF information, also Pengu ETF. So Aptos, I think they have asked for updated amendments in the ETF, guys. I think it looks like, more or less there is not going to be rejection on this per se is what we're expecting, at least in major large layer on alts. I don't think there is going to be a rejection that's going to happen. But the thing is, how much it will pull in the traditional players to come invest in this ETF. That is something we'll have to wait and watch. So I more or less, the ecosystem has become confident that ETF approvals might come in now, but will that lead to a lot of adoptions for Aptos and Pengu? That's something we'll have to wait and watch, guys. Because even tokens like XRP, DOGE, or Solana, there's a lot of expectations that how would the market react, right? Will it react? Will a lot of funds flow downwards, or it is going to be Ethereum, which is going to be receiving a lot of flows after Bitcoin, and its majority of volume going to be stuck there. So that is something that we'll have to wait and watch, guys. We cannot get into a direct conclusion that hey, these ETFs are going to launch, and obviously there's going to be a greater market for or greater adoption for all these tokens, because this is not the usual crypto space when it touches the ETF, right? You're inviting traditional investors and large institutions where their risk appetites will keep reducing as they keep going down the ladder in a lot of tokens. So that is something that you'll have to watch out for, guys. And yes, I think the effects of war is slowly moving out, and markets are not thinking or talking about the war scenarios anymore. Uh, now, now the more or less the market is looking at if there is not going to be any bad news macroeconomically and within the crypto eco space, then the market is bound to move, right? So that is why I've been saying that, okay, now there doesn't seem to be so many factors that is going to be pulling down the market. So it is bound to move. So I'm expecting that it is bound to move positively because there's nothing negative uh, that we can look at, right? ETC is a good time to buy. I'm at this point in time. See now, okay, Garden is also so altcoins of a. So see, let's consider it this way. Now, usually, now we are looking at a Bitcoin dominance, which is at 65%, guys, 64 point something. I don't remember now. So the dominance level has to come up, right? So a lot of tokens have to take up that work of bringing the dominance levels, right? That is when your alts are getting fired up. Now, for that, first Bitcoin has to rally a bit, increase a bit of dominance, which will also pull up Ethereum a bit, and all other tokens like XRP Solana, ADA, and all other tokens, that are major large caps. Now, when they start rallying is ideally when you should start looking at, quickly seeing, if you'll have to fire up a lot of your alt tokens. Now, but consider this: if you're noticing Bitcoin crossing its all-time high and rallying beyond that, that is definitely going to drag a lot of altcoins with it in just a matter of weeks when it moves up. So altcoins, are they fired up yet? No, not yet. You'll have to wait and watch for how the Bitcoin is going to move this week, and hopefully this week itself or next week is something that you'll have to be looking out for. I hope it will be a positive movement. If it is going to be a good positive movement with nothing negative news or anything in the market, I think you're going to look at a good alt push that is going to happen post that, guys. Now that's what I think. We definitely discussed about the alt market. Now I know there is a lot of positive effect that was created because of the Genius Act on the stablecoin space. Now, again, there is this the act as it's not yet there. There is more legs to pass, but if it happens, then it's a great thing to do. Now, definitely on the other news, we are noticing a lot of people discussing about our institutions doing the right thing. Institutions like MicroStrategy and others, are they doing the right thing, by buying bitcoins and then increasing the share prices? Is it the right thing to do? Does it have a market value? Is it adding value to the whole ecosystem? There's a lot of discussion on that, right? Obviously, there are pros and cons, but from the point of view of crypto ecosystem, the way I look at it is these are institutional options which are happening now. The institutional options will also find it's right and wrong in due course of time, but either ways, it will work out good for the crypto ecosystem is what I think. Now, again, tracking on the interest rates, US interest rates, because it is going to create a very good positive effect on the ecosystem. Donald Trump has definitely given a lot of communication saying that he expects the interest rates to come down to 1%, but yeah, definitely it will not happen that quickly. The Feds are a lot of people are keenly watching out Fed. Maybe this quarter, if they signal something, it will be great for the market. But if that happens, yes, we're going to see a really good rally of cryptos that are going to be happening. So that's something that we'll have to watch out for, guys. Rajan, futures updates, please. I'm Rajan is someone who's been definitely asking us. A very interesting or very interested customer I have, and definitely, we owe to you guys to getting out the product quickly. But little here and there, there are some delays. Uh, Again, but I don't hope the delay is huge, right? But definitely next month, you are going to start using futures, and I'll leave it to my team to come back to you with right time, guys. But take it from me, it is ready. It is in its final stages of having one or two people testing out the product. Um, where one or two of our customers will also be given to test after this, and then it'll be coming to all you guys. So expect very, very soon, Rajan. My team will definitely be reaching out with this communication quickly. So with that note, with the market which has been rallying or swinging within the price range, I think my next week is going to be a really, really good action-packed week where I'm going to discuss with you guys a lot of movement that is going to be happening in the market. Last week has been good, but it has more or less given a scenario that most of the prices are swinging within a range. Let's hope that this week and the following week is going to be an extremely action-packed week, guys. So with that thought, I think I'll wrap up this week's session, guys. So thanks a lot. Thank you for joining. Till I connect with you next week on the AMA, where I get to have some interesting discussions with you all. Till the time, take care. Have a good week. Bye-bye.